Welcome, modern day mystics, fellow truth seekers, James and Justin back again, and today we're going to be reacting to a new channel. We're going to take a look at Beyond Mind, and I got this interesting video titled, "You Don't Exist, and This Will Set You Free." The "and this will set you free," I'm guessing, is the knowledge of knowing that you don't exist. I'm sure this could be a triggering, maybe a scary idea for people out there. I haven't even I just watched the beginning portion of the video, so I don't even know what it's all about. But, I thought it might open up for some good discussion points, so we could take a look at it.
Before we started, I feel like saying to somebody who would be triggered or scared is like, if your existing identity is that I do exist, and then somebody suggests you don't exist, don't pick up a new identity of I'm afraid I don't exist identity. Because wouldn't that just be another identity? It's like, rather than having a fit, just listen to it and who cares? You know what I mean? But you think you'd you'd have to choose to stop talking or choose to stop engaging based on the information. So just don't choose that.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we won't keep you waiting. Let's get into it.
You wake each morning with the unshakable certainty that you exist. The same you who went to sleep, who brushed teeth, who worried about tomorrow's meeting. This felt sense of continuity seems as solid as the floor beneath your feet, as reliable as sunrise. But stop, right now, and face this question. Where is this you that you're so certain about? Is it behind your eyes, looking out? In your chest, feeling emotions? Perhaps distributed throughout your body, experiencing sensations. When you reach for it directly, something curious happens. The harder you grasp, the more elusive it becomes, like trying to capture your own shadow. The ancient Buddhist teacher Nagarjuna understood this paradox intimately. He spoke of the self as neither existent nor non-existent, but as something far more mysterious, a dynamic process masquerading as a fixed entity. Modern neuroscience echoes this insight with startling precision. When researchers scan the brain looking for the neural correlate of self, they find not a single location, but a distributed network firing in constant conversation, what neuroscientist Antonio Damasio calls the autobiographical self, a story being written and rewritten moment by moment. Your sense of being a continuous person is actually more like watching a movie. Each frame appears static, but their rapid succession creates the illusion of movement, of narrative flow. The self, it seems, is cinema, a masterpiece of biological storytelling so convincing that even the storyteller believes the tale. But if you are not who you think you are, then who or what is doing the thinking? Consider this moment right now. You're hearing these words, perhaps sitting in a chair, aware of thoughts flowing through your mind like water through a stream. There's a compelling sense that somewhere behind it all, you are observing, a witness to the show of experience. This observer seems fundamental. It's the one constant in an ever-changing parade of sensations, emotions, and thoughts. But here lies one of consciousness's most beautiful paradoxes. When you turn to examine this observer directly, it vanishes like mist. The 18th century Scottish philosopher David Hume discovered this centuries before neuroscience confirmed it. When he introspected carefully, searching for the self that seemed to be having his experiences, he found only a bundle or collection of different perceptions, which succeed each other with an inconceivable rapidity, and are in a perpetual flux and movement. No observer, only observing. Zen master Huang Po taught that seeking the mind with the mind is like trying to bite your own teeth. The very act of looking for the observer creates the illusion of separation between seeker and sought. Yet, something profound happens in this looking, a recognition that awareness itself needs no observer to witness it. Like the sun illuminating the world while requiring no external light source, consciousness is self-revealing, self-aware, empty of any central command. Modern neuroscience supports this counterintuitive insight. Studies of meditation practitioners show that as contemplative practice deepens, activity in the brain's default mode network, the neural substrate of self-referential thinking, begins to quiet. What emerges is not unconsciousness, but a kind of pure awareness without center, without boundaries. If there is no observer, what is it that remains aware of this absence?
You reach for your coffee cup. Your hand moves exactly as intended. The illusion of control feels complete, doesn't it? You decided to reach, and your body obeyed. The commander issued orders. The machinery complied. But neuroscientist Benjamin Libet's famous experiments revealed something unsettling. Brain activity indicating movement begins several hundred milliseconds before people report being aware of their intention to move. The decision seems to make itself, with consciousness arriving fashionably late to take credit. This isn't about free will versus determinism. That's yesterday's conversation. It's about recognizing the deeper mystery of how actions arise. Like bubbles emerging from the depths of champagne, intentions surface from the unconscious depths of neural processing into the bright space of awareness, fully formed and claiming ownership. The Taoist sage Zhuangzi captured this beautifully in his parable of the butcher who carves an ox. The master butcher's knife glides effortlessly through the carcass, finding the natural spaces between bones and joints. He doesn't force, he follows. His skill has transcended conscious control to become wu wei, effortless action in harmony with the natural flow of things. Perhaps this is closer to how all action truly occurs. Not through the tyranny of a central controller, but through the seamless dance of countless processes coordinating without a choreographer. Your neurons fire, your muscles contract, your coffee cup rises to your lips. Not because you made it happen, but because the entire system is oriented toward that outcome. The German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer observed that a man can do what he wants, but not want what he wants. The wanting itself arises unbidden, like weather in the sky of consciousness. If control is an illusion, what is it that guides the spontaneous dance of being?
I like that thing he said. That's yesterday's conversation.
Yeah.
I want to use that. Even though, imagine being in a conversation with somebody and all like,
Yeah,
that's yesterday's conversation. They'd be like, "You douchebag." Anyway.
I thought one of the thing that stuck out the most in this video so far is the idea that the mind already, like you're already taking the actions before the consciousness takes ownership of making the choice to do that decision. Only by a few milliseconds, but super fascinating. That think about all the actions, everything you decide to do before you go to like itch your neck or do whatever
Everybody
it is.
is so reactive. We are all so reactive, like impulsive reactive.
Yeah.
All like so many people, unless you get somebody that's been meditating and stuff like that. But oftentimes what happens with that is you start meditating and you, for the first time, if you've never done it before, you get quiet and you see how crazy the mind is. The mind's like just going crazy. And then you see your body, how unsettled your body is.
Mm-hmm.
You start to notice that too. So the combination of the mind and the body reveal to you, like, who's in charge here? What's going on? What's really guiding my decisions, right? But what often happens is when that epiphany strikes and somebody comes back from their meditation, they've got this like kind of like, now I see through it.
Yeah.
And now I'm a little, but what's holding you so careful of your words now? You know, is it more ideology, like some kind of little voice that's like, because I'm like this now, I think I care about love more.
I was just going to say, to be the... Yeah.
And so I think I'm going to like err on this side and my actions are a lot more deliberate. But is it? Or is it just a new identity, really?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just a choice to do nothing is still a choice. If you choose to hold yourself still, painfully. Well,
here's the crux of it. I do think that you can experience what is like described as enlightenment and awakening and non-duality and the breaking of the fetters and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's experienceable, but to me, like, I like identities. I like characters. Why the fuck would you ever watch a movie again? You like movies, right? You like seeing some story where a character is, trying his best in life and all this stuff. You can balance all that mystical stuff against the reality of what it means to like try to, whatever's operating this system of cultivating an identity.
Yeah.
And just like enjoy it. It's in flux for everybody.
Yeah.
And then even if it isn't, if it's like some guy trying to like maintain the same repeated, some guy or girl or person trying to maintain the same repeated character over and over forever with no development, you can't help but that to mutate and become some kind of a caricature thing.
Yeah.
That is also able to be seen through.
Yeah.
And for what it is.
When you mentioned the passing
fresh and in real time.
When you mentioned the passing over of the free will comment, this is from what I gather, a pretty advanced spiritual video that we're watching here. So there's a side of this that, like, before you even get to talking some of these conversations here, there's a lot of people who be like, hey, wait a second, we have free will? There'd be an ocean of people out there who'd be like, who are not willing to give up their free will.
That's yesterday's conversation.
Yeah, but there's like so many people I'd be like, whoa, we're not skipping that.
Yeah, so what? You don't got free will. Who cares?
Yeah.
So what? Does it change anything? Does it change the illusion that you do? Who cares?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
just
is it purely an egoic thing that the ego really desperately wants to believe that it has free will?
Yeah, it's like because you get stuff for being validated, right? If people think you're special, they give you shit. So people, when they can't get the stuff based on how special they are, they sometimes the mind is so powerful it'll just go into some kind of pathology that I'm special and I've got free will and I can claim.
Look at all the things I did.
Yeah, I can claim glory over this because I did it. Nobody did anything since the dawn of time. Nobody done nothing without help, even if it's bad help, even if whatever it is. The worst things helped shape you, even your self-righteous attitude.
Even everything that is about your body, your chemistry, your intelligence, everything you had nothing to do with any of that.
People just want to go, just shush about all that. There's a soul and it's going to live forever. What version of it? You know what I mean? Like, you've changed so many times. We could have had 50 funerals in the way you've changed. I'm the exact same as I was when I was 2. I say Baba and Boo Boo and DT and I think the exact same. No, you changed a billion times and all those came and went and you'll change some more. So all of that is flimsy. There's nothing internal about that. You can forget things. You've forgotten stuff that would have been a huge core identity feature if you remembered it, but you forgot it. Mm-hmm. That you've done and it's happened to you and everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what's the only one thing that's left? Just whatever's left. Just what is.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll continue on. The next chapter here is the dream of separation.
Look around you. Tables, walls, trees beyond the window. A world of distinct objects occupying separate spaces. Your skin marks the boundary between inner and outer, self and world. Or does it? Consider your body. Where do you end and the world begins? Your lungs extract oxygen from air that a moment ago was outside you, now intimate with your bloodstream. Water flows through you like a river, constituting most of your being, before returning to the world. The atoms in your hand were forged in the heart of ancient stars, temporarily organized into the pattern you call your body, destined to continue their cosmic journey long after this particular arrangement dissolves. The boundaries are more porous than they appear. Quantum physics reveals an even stranger picture. At the fundamental level, particles don't have definite properties until observed. The act of measurement doesn't just reveal reality, it participates in creating it. As physicist Werner Heisenberg noted, What we observe is not nature itself, but nature exposed to our method of questioning. The ancient Vedantic teaching of Advaita points to the same recognition. The apparent multiplicity of objects and beings is Maya, not illusion exactly, but more like the way a single ocean appears as countless waves. Each wave seems separate, with its own identity and lifespan, yet never is anything other than the ocean itself playing at division. Your experience right now is not of being a separate consciousness looking out at an external world. It's more like being a localized intensification of the universe becoming conscious of itself, the way a whirlpool is both distinct from and inseparable from the river that forms it. If separation is a perceptual construction, what remains when the boundaries dissolve? Everything you can perceive is changing. Your thoughts flow and dissolve. Your emotions rise and fade. Your body regenerates every cell over 7 years. Even your memories shift and reshape each time you recall them, like songs changing slightly with each performance. Yet something in you rebels against this truth. You cling to experiences, relationships, identities, as if holding tightly could make the temporary permanent. The Buddha called this tanha, the thirst that drives all suffering. Not the changes themselves, but the resistance to change. Watch a river sometime. Notice how the water never stops flowing, yet the river maintains its essential character. The banks remain. The general direction continues, but the actual substance is in constant renewal. This is impermanence, not destruction, but dynamic stability. Not emptiness, but fullness expressing itself through endless transformation. Alan Watts, the philosopher who bridged Eastern wisdom and Western psychology, spoke of life as music rather than a journey. A journey aims for a destination. The sooner you arrive, the better. Music exists for its own sake. Each note matters not because it leads to the final chord, but because it participates in the whole symphony. Your life, from this perspective, is not something you have, but something you are. A unique melody being played by the cosmos, temporary and irreplaceable. The sadness you feel contemplating impermanence might actually be the universe grieving its own transience through your awareness. If nothing lasts, what gives existence meaning? Here's the ultimate puzzle. If you already are what you're seeking, why does the search feel so necessary? If awareness is your deepest nature, why do you feel separate from it? If the self is illusory, who is trying to wake up? The seeking itself is the trap, and also the path. Like someone frantically searching for glasses while wearing them, the very act of looking creates the sense of distance from what is always already present. Yet without the search, would there be recognition? The Zen tradition speaks of original enlightenment, the understanding that awakening isn't something you achieve, but something you already are. The great teacher Dogen taught that practice and enlightenment are one continuous activity, like polishing a mirror that was never truly tarnished. This creates a beautiful paradox. You can't find what you're looking for because you are what you're looking for. But the looking itself gradually wears away the very sense of seeker and sought, until only the looking remains, aware, open, empty of agenda. The contemporary teacher Rupert Spira describes it as consciousness recognizing its own nature. The screen doesn't need to find the movie needs to recognize it is the screen. All experiences, thoughts, sensations, perceptions, are temporary modifications of awareness itself, like waves on the ocean or clouds in an empty sky. If seeking and finding collapse into the same movement, what remains when even the search ends? And so we return to where we began. This moment, watching these images unfold, aware of awareness itself. Not aware of something, but aware as awareness. Not experiencing consciousness, but being the very capacity in which all experience appears. This awareness that you are, so intimate that you usually overlook it, so obvious that it seems invisible, this is what remains constant through every change. It was present when you were 5 years old, present now, and will be present in whatever form consciousness takes tomorrow, not as a thing, but as the very space of being itself. The great teachings all point here, to the recognition that what you fundamentally are is not a separate self having conscious experiences, but consciousness itself, temporarily appearing as a human being. Not the wave thinking it separate from the ocean, but the ocean playing at being a wave. This isn't a conclusion to understand, but a reality to recognize. Like suddenly seeing the forest instead of just the trees, or hearing silence instead of just sounds. It's a shift in identity so subtle yet profound that it changes everything while changing nothing. The ancient texts called it moksha, liberation. Not freedom from the world, but freedom as the world. Not escape from the human experience, but recognition of what the human experience actually is. Consciousness dancing as form, awareness playing hide and seek with itself. Right now, in this very moment, the seeking can end. Not because you've found something new, but because you've recognized what you've always been. The silent witness, not watching from a distance, but being the very intimacy of this present experience. What remains when the last question dissolves into the silence from which all questions arise. In the end, there is no end, only the eternal beginning of now. Recognizing itself in the mirror of awareness, smiling at its own cosmic game of forgetfulness and remembrance, separation and unity, question and answer, dissolving into the wordless understanding that was never truly lost.
Shout out to Beyond Mind. Good video.
That was good. I like the little animations, like the simple little animations. Everything about that was interesting and good.
Yeah. I liked what it said about when you're sad, and that being the universe, like being aware of its transient state. Almost like the whole of reality grieving. I
don't like that.
I don't know.
I don't like that. Or I don't like that being liked.
Okay.
Because I think it gets too away from the point that they're trying to do. It's interesting because I can oscillate from talking about the importance of, some of the hedonic fun things of having an ego over to the importance of, seeing through the ego.
Yeah.
I'm careful not to just use a word like transcending the ego again. It's used to death, This video is good. And I do think that there's, the goal here is freedom. And there are people that would say, don't listen to Justin. And I would listen to those people talking about how it can be a sustainable thing that once the gestalt has happened and the shift has really taken hold, you're never the same again. There's no seeing. Once you see beyond the veil to the wizard, you can't go back. And I think there's people that talk about it in those terms and would be able to pick apart why I'm delusional.
Yeah.
And I would listen to them. But it's hard to say, I can honestly say that in moments of, I'll explain to you how it goes down for me. If I can carve out time where I've got isolation and I can meditate and I can let my mind exhaust itself with all the stuff I've been building up from not meditating.
Yeah. And
I get down and my body's frazzled because I've been living bad and eating sugar and doing all this stuff. And my brain and body exhaust itself to boredom. Then you can get to a point where the ego, what I call it, turning the volume down on the ego. I don't do it. Yeah. It just happens. The volume turns down and there's an abiding kind of awareness that I think is said once. I don't think I definitely didn't coin it, but awareness aware of itself happens. There's no one claiming victory there.
Yeah.
There's no one saying I did it or anything like that. There may be in the distance, but you see that for what it is. And there's clearly just one thing, and it's all of reality, and it's non-dual and whatever. But I'm not claiming that's it. I'm not claiming that's enlightenment. Sometimes I might for fun be like, that's it, because I look around and I don't see people even trying to do that.
Yeah.
But there are people that are masters of this stuff that'll tell you how to get there, and it'll be a no return version of life.
Yeah.
It'll be an abiding existence, not an experience, not an event, but what is, I get it.
Yeah,
it's like you can't even talk about it.
Well, he was
Permanently.
talking also with like the subtle nature of kind, and like it doesn't show itself as some cosmic change. You're not going to light up like a light bulb by like figuring something out. But more, it talked about the awareness of what this video was talking about, and how like you go on living as a human. It doesn't mean your humanity's gone. It doesn't mean that you stop existing. You're just...
I think if you're afraid of those things, you're not fit for the kingdom.
Yeah.
I think any man putting his hand to the plow who turns around is not fit for the kingdom.
Who's afraid of what things?
Who is fearful of the things that it's explaining. Like, it doesn't mean you're not going to continue. I think going into this, you got to be like, I might not continue.
Yeah.
If you really want to get there. Because what did I say all this week? I've said it several times, right? Annoyingly know-it-all little brother shit. But I kept saying enlightenment is about letting go, recognizing, and accepting. It's about recognition, letting go, and accepting. Or something like that.
Yeah.
I just kept saying that over and over again. I don't even know if it's true. I don't know. But that's how it seems. Like, you ready to let go of everything? Everything? Everything. Even enlightenment, you ready to let go of that? Everything.
Yeah.
The greatest form of that. It's you got to grok it. You got to grok that. It happens in you. And then there's a recognition of how things are, like an acknowledgement, recognition type stuff. Letting go, recognizing, and what was the other one I said?
Letting go, recognizing.
And acceptance.
And accepting.
And then acceptance of reality. All that pushing away and anal retentive, control freak, grasping and trying to control outcomes.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's not grasping and trying to control or having mastery over. It isn't that.
Yeah.
That's what you do all the way up to it. You might be a master of leading people to enlightenment, but enlightenment itself is not a mastery. It's just what is, for God's sake.
Yeah.
It's the izziest of izzes. It's the izziest is in town. That's what enlightenment is. And so it's just going to take some time for some people. You go off, you do some meditating, try that, try a bunch of different stuff. There are teachers that I listen to that explain there's several different ways people seem to have this shift in consciousness.
Yeah.
Not just like one.
Yeah.
So go try some stuff.
Yeah.
Go try some stuff and watch your consciousness oscillate, and you'll be like, holy shit, I didn't realize how asleep I was. I was lost in a dream a moment ago. I'm here. I'm awake. That may happen to you or something like that, but you don't have to build a weird, creepy, desperate, whatever, identity out of the new thing.
Yeah.
You don't have to make an identity of eye batting. You don't have to make an identity of crazy professor. You don't have to make an identity out of anything.
Yeah.
Just whatever. It's about observation. It's about letting go. It's about letting go, accepting, and what was the third thing?
Except you keep changing the order of them.
Letting go, accepting, and recognition. Yeah, the order doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's non-linear.
Okay, well, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you liked our reaction. If you did, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share this with a friend, and everyone till next time,
Stay spiritual.